Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well as we get into video number 1. There is a double upload today. Make sure you guys are here tonight. We'll go into what has happened from now up until later, but this morning we've actually got big substantial news and it's not looking good. It's not looking good just as much as my sunburn right now. I saw your comments. I saw all of your comments, and to be fair, look, I didn't anticipate this. The sun was actually quite strong yesterday, ironically enough, and I was like, this is nothing. Boom, all of a sudden I'm hit. But we're gonna put that story to the side and we're gonna come to it shortly. But Enzo Maresca had a press conference this morning, his first of the season pretty much, and he did speak on Nicolas Jackson. He's confirmed that things are not so secure. So again, adding to the evidence to show that Nicolas Jackson's leaving Chelsea. Here it is. We've got Enzo Maresca on Nicolas Jackson's future. Nico is okay. When the window is open, anything can happen. This includes Nico's situation. At the moment, 2 new strikers have arrived. So we will see. Jackson and Newcastle remains one to watch. We also go into this from Fabrizio saying Nicolas Jackson expected to leave Chelsea and Enzo Maresca doesn't close the doors. During the window, anything can happen. That's also the case for Nico Jackson. We signed 2 strikers, so let's see. When you got a manager talking like that, it means he's gone. Pretty much. We've seen it already in the window. We've seen it with other players. We've seen how this can shape up. When the manager doesn't ultimately just refuse the room and go no and just dismiss it, then it's things are happening. Things are happening. Soon it will be a case. Soon it will be a case of Nicolas Jackson's on the brink and then Enzo Maresca will go, yeah, no, he's going to be leaving the club. Or as soon as he does leave, he goes, yeah, no, we wish him the best. And he'll just like we saw with Madueke, there wasn't any dismissing. There's no dismissing here. He's going to be leaving. I'll be shocked if something doesn't happen at this point, to be honest. So that's Nico Jackson. Enzo Maresca has not dismissed the rumour. And we know that talks are happening with Newcastle. Newcastle, you've got to pay up. Simple as that. 80, 90 million, please. Send it over. So let's go to Enzo Maresca, also talking about a very big problem. Here it is. Let's get into it. This is not looking good. We had a problem in the last 2 days about Levi Colwill. We don't know how long he will be out for. Hopefully not too long. It's a problem. We have Chelsea could look at bringing in a centre-back this month if their fears are confirmed over Levi Colwill. That's from Kieran Gill, who's gone into more detail. Levi Colwill was sent for a scan last night, with Chelsea now awaiting news. Injury occurred towards the end of their first pre-season session on Monday. Wasn't the result of a challenge. Chelsea could look at bringing in a centre-back this month if their fears are confirmed. And we have from the Times, Chelsea fear that Levi Colwill could miss more than just the start of the new season after the defender suffered an injury in training this week. This is... I wasn't expecting this, and it's a blow because Levi Colwill has been playing really well and he's really come into form and come into shape. This is a tough one because you don't want to bring in a defender just for the sake of someone being injured. We also did get in Yoro Hato, who can play centre back too. But it depends how bad this injury is. We don't know. I don't think any assessment can be made until we know what's happening. You know, what is the problem as well? Is it an ACL? Is it a knee? Is it a hamstring? It doesn't, they've not dismissed it immediately off the bat like it's a bad thing. The player would know, I think, if it's a bad thing. If it's an ACL, you know you're cooked for months. This doesn't seem like it's the case. If I'm making a prediction, just from what I can sense, maybe he's pulled a hamstring, maybe he might be out for 4 or 5 weeks, you know, and then you do miss a bit at the start of the season and then you come back in and it's not that bad. But obviously for us right now, just as pre-season starts, we don't want a case where, you know, you got one of your main defenders already missing important games. But I don't think it'll be too long. I'm not expecting an injury that keeps him out for 3 months. You know, but we'll see. We don't know. We don't know. This isn't good, but we can't make any judgment until we know the extent. So this whole talk about going in and buying a defender now or whatnot, and we also have to ask the questions: what happens to Anselmino, for example? You know, what happens to the other defenders that we've got? What's going on with Fofana, even though they're on different sides of each other? But this is things we've got to clarify. How fit is he? You know, do we have enough cover here? Or are we lacking? This is the thing. If Levi Colwill steps out of the way, is Yoro Hato who's come in enough to cover now, or do we actually need to go in and get a centre-back? But what happens once Levi Colwill comes back? These are all things that we've got to figure out and see how it all pans out. But we'll wait for the scan. We'll wait for the results. We'll see what lands, and then we'll take it from there. I just hope it's not bad. I just hope it's not bad and it comes back with just, oh yeah, you know what, it's not as bad as first feared. You know, he might miss the first game as a precaution, and that's fine. That's not the end of the world. We're quite lucky with our fixture list. When you look at the games that we're starting off with, we start off with Crystal Palace, and then the first 3-4 games, we seem like we've got a nice level of games. The opposition that isn't, we're not playing Man City or Arsenal or Liverpool. So we'll keep tabs. We'll keep tabs and we'll see what happens. But that's the latest on Levi Colwill. We just have to wait. And maybe by tomorrow, I'll be giving you a video where I give you my thoughts on the actual update and what is going on. And then we can go from there. So let me know your thoughts in terms of Levi Colwill down below. Let's move to the outgoings and the money generated. This is big. So Chelsea received fee around £45 million from Leslie Ugochukwu and Armando Broja. Permanent sales to Burnley. Broja sold at 20. Ugochukwu sold at around 25. We pocketed 45 million for Broja and Ugochukwu. And now if you add Dewsbury Hall on top of that, we managed to take that up to around 75. That's outrageous. I have to say, that is outrageous. That is mad money making, if you're being completely honest. That's insane. So, good job to the club for that. These are deals that you did not expect. When we first had fears, I had my fears, getting Dewsbury Hall, Ugochukwu, these sort of players, and then you think, we're not going to sell them for money that we paid for initially. We actually did. So fair play. They've caught us on that one, and they've done a tremendous job in terms of the money generated. That is something we were not anticipating. So fair play to the club to that. Big money generated. We'll see what else we can generate with the other bigger players that we're looking to sell off. So could we get up to 350 million? It seems like we will. Talking about the incomings, here's the latest. Chelsea keep working on both Alejandro Garnacho and Xavi Simons deals. This also goes hand in hand with Ben Jacobs this morning, saying Chelsea open initial talks for Garnacho, with the Man United winger keen on the move. Man United seeking in excess of £40 million, but Chelsea feel the price will drop should Benjamin Sesko's move be completed. Man United, I've got to say, I'm surprised. Man United are only looking for 40 or around 40. I thought they'd be asking for 60 or something mad, I'll be honest. This should be enough for Chelsea to be able to pocket in for about 30. If we're being fair. On top of that, Sesko, as it says here, if he joins United at that point, then they're more of a cushion in order to allow a fee that's just going to get the player gone. And this is where Chelsea, I say, need to use their leverage. We can use leverage here. Is it too much to ask for an option for a loan with an option? The one backlash that we can get with a loan plus an option is that if he plays really well, down the line United will go, you know what, he's played really, really well, his value's increased, we want 70 million. That's what you don't want. So maybe it's beneficial for Chelsea to go in now and pay 30 million. Maybe it's beneficial for that to happen now. Maybe it's an opportunity, as it's been deemed across the transfer market when it comes to these sort of signings. We'll see. But Benjamin Sesko on his way to Man United, that is looking like that's going to happen. This could open up the door in order for Garnacho to leave for a very, very good fee. And then worst case scenario, just in case, because we have to entertain the possibility. Worst case scenario, if he arrives at Chelsea and he stinks up the gaff, because of his minutes, his value should increase at least a little bit, and then we can think about rotating again. But we've got Gittins as well, so competition between the two is going to be an interesting one to see. So we'll see what goes down, but don't expect anything to happen with Garnacho. Now, more outgoings, it seems like the plan is going to happen that way, and then Simons, and then Garnacho. So we'll see how it all pans out. Sesko, though, Man United, this one is heating up. New negotiations between Leipzig and Man United are already scheduled for this morning, aimed at reaching an agreement over Sesko. It's not an easy deal, but it's understood that all parties remain optimistic that the transfer to United will go through. That's from Philipp Hinze as well, Sky Sports in Germany. He's chosen United, it seems. He's absolutely chosen United, and Newcastle had a stinker. Like I've said yesterday in the video, go and check it out if you haven't done so already. But I'm curious as to how is Sesko going to play at United? How is he going to end up? Is this a good move? Is this going to end up going well, or is it not? It's a tough one. It's a tough one because he's a good striker. He will be the number one striker at United. Are United going to improve though? I'm not sold. I don't feel threatened by United whatsoever. I feel like their problems are too extensive. There's way too much turbulence at that club. The overall operations at United is holding everyone back. They might improve. I don't think they're going to have such a stinker like they did last season. They're not finishing 15th. But I'd expect United to maybe end up 8th, 9th, and that's still not good enough. For Man United, that's still not good enough. Sesko, yeah, might bang maybe 10, 12 goals, I reckon, but that's about it. I don't see him lighting it up. I could be proven wrong. We'll see. But it's a lot of money being spent by United, and there's not enough outgoings. Are they going to get enough outgoings in order to balance things out, or is their spending done after Sesko? We heard about the Baleba news. Is that going to happen as well? We'll see. But let me know your thoughts on that one. How do you think Sesko will fare at United? I want to get your opinions on how do you think he will actually do? Stink up the place or light up the place? Let me know. Talking about, again, another chance to make money here, I think, but this one I don't know how much we're going to get. Here's the latest on David Datro Fofana. There has been interest from Wolves in David Datro Fofana, says the Times as well. This I don't think we should be demanding too much. This is something where we should just honestly go, look, how much are you willing to pay? 10, 15, 20? Oh, if we got 20 for Fofana, we're cooking. We are absolutely cooking. We'll see if that's going to end up being the case. I'm not so sure. I think that's maybe asking too much. At that point, that's asking too much. So we'll see with David Datro Fofana, but we've got to get him off the books. We've got to get him gone. It's not worked out. These are the signings that I've said I don't want to see again. It just doesn't make sense. But we are in the Champions League now, so I don't anticipate us to make these sort of signings again. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts on Fofana. And to end, Newcastle, come back into the room because, again, you guys might be getting done again. At this point, it's become a routine. Saudi club Al-Nassr are interested in signing Younes Wissa from Brentford, reports L'Equipe. I swear, if Newcastle miss out on Wissa as well, oh my God. Like, you guys are ruined. Honestly, if Saudi are poaching even Wissa out of your neck of the woods, horrible. Absolutely horrible. I guess all they can go for is Jackson. It's ironic, isn't it? Chelsea are probably going to be the only team to entertain an actual move for a player that Newcastle will take, and it's the player that got himself sent off against them. You know? Maybe Jackson's going to be their saviour. Their only signing. Unbelievable. You'd think if they get Wissa and Jackson, that's actually good for them. They might miss out on Wissa as well. Newcastle. We'll see what happens on that one. I genuinely hope they sign Wissa, because I'm actually rooting for Newcastle here. Just, guys, please buy someone. Please. But that's the latest. Let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. I will be here tonight. Later on tonight. It'll be a later one. To see what else transpires today. Make sure you're here for it. Much appreciated. Subscribe, notification bell on, and I'll catch you then. See you lot, people. See you later on. Have a good day. Take care, and peace.